Hello, everybody. Roses, thank you. Get a hello, huh, everybody. Welcome. Roses, psychic investigator. Okay. So good to see you guys again. I took a few days off, as you know, and it was intense, as you saw um on Thursday. That was the last time I did a video, and because a beau had passed that afternoon, and then there was something personal that happened on, I'd say, late Friday. It was also a disappointment. So it all kind of came together and I needed to take some time off. I also wanted to say that, in the end, guys, it's part of life, right? And I feel like it's good for me to be here. We reorganized, and by the way, I have a couple of videos already recorded, but I haven't edited. One I did with Karina on Friday, but I haven't had a chance. This is just late this afternoon. I came here and started like preparing for this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record this one today, and tomorrow I will start catching up on all the other ones that I have already recorded, and I'll be posting probably one or two a day or something to kind of deal with the backlog. Okay, so thanks for watching, and and that's that. Thank you so much for your nice wishes and everything. And I feel like for me, it's like a reset moment, you know. It's such an intense time, really, and I need to be better organized in my time and all of that. So that's an opportunity to reconsider everything. Okay. All right. So, and I have this. It's funny. I have a microphone, as you know. I have the regular microphone, not microphone, like a headset, and I'm still experimenting because right now, for example, I have this wind machine on, and I don't think there's anybody in my floor anyway. And so you probably will not pick up the background noise. So, but it's good for me because then I say whatever I want. And anyway, sometimes it's just better because I can have, the looks, I can put the earrings, I can put the makeup on without the disruption of the headphone. So I'll experiment, I'll try different things. So let's do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. Better create good and only the good for the good people, good for the good people. Okay. So I'm glad that my sense of humor is back. So let's get started. All right. So one pause, 1 second. And guys, it's so interesting because as this was happening, right, I really did not have the mental focus to do the video, but I was aware of what was happening with Felonia having this massive drama and and the situation just looking worse than ever. Really, in the American history, I don't think we have never had something as ridiculous as this. So let's go to the situation with Felonia, the black eye. Okay, just 1 sec. We're sharing information. Okay, so I wanted to share to just where do I share? So I'm behind on this, right? You have already seen it, so you already know. Steve Bannon, of all people, had the tea on this one. He said that Bessent was the guy who had basically, let's see here, who had punched him. But here is the close-up picture of Elon Musk. Okay, so actually, let me see if I can find a photo of Bessent. So 1 second. Let's see. Hello, hello. Can you hear? I'm just kidding. So wow. So here is the article. Bannon spills on secret physical brawl behind Musk's demise. So We have the pic. This is interesting. This one does not show the punch like the other one did. Oh, here I am floating on the screen. Let me make sure I am on the bottom here, because otherwise it looks a bit ridiculous. 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 All right. So Tesla CEO allegedly got physical with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. And you guys, how ridiculous is this? Have you ever seen anywhere something so bad as this? Okay, Elon Musk suffered a violent outburst during a shouting match in the Oval Office. Former Trump strategist Steve Bannon has revealed. Bannon told the Daily Mail that the billionaire got physical with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent upon confronted over the Department of Government Efficiency's meager savings. Scott Bessent called him out and said, "You promised us $1 trillion, and now you're like at 100 billion. Nobody can find anything. What are you doing?" And that's when Elon got physical. It's a sore subject with him. It wasn't an argument. It was a physical present confrontation. Elon basically shoved him. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed the April confrontation on Friday. Musk's final day. Wait, Friday in April. Wait, hold on. That's weird. Okay. All right. So now, so let me just stop share here because this is about like I'm going at it from the end of the story until the like because there was a story that came out on Friday from the New York Times about Musk's drug use, and then this came after the story came out from the New York Times, and there's a very important message I want to talk to you about in a little bit about. So first, let's find out if it was Bessent who punched Elon Musk or if it was Stephen Miller, because according to online whatever, he is left-handed, and so I've never punched anybody, but if you like, it's I guess easier to hit the left, right? I don't know, but that since I'm no boxing expert, and these people are not exactly alpha males. Let's just see. Okay, let's go on. Let's see what's happening. So I already did the protection. So let's just do it again. The rehearsal. Like, ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of. As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. Feel connected. I like to ask that information from only from the highest sources. Let it create the good and only the good. Good for the good people. Good for the good people. Wow. So, all right. So, who punched Elon Musk? Was it Bessent or Stephen Miller? Or the excuse that he said at the time, he said something like, "My son." No, no. Could he have fallen? Also, that's another option because he's so high on drugs all the time that that's possible. So yeah, it's interesting. I think it's more likely that Bessent punched him out of nowhere than Elon went to like to get him. Does it make sense? I feel like I don't feel like Elon is like went to do something. I think I think Bessent is the same because he's not on drugs at least, and he's sort of like his that Elon Musk's balance is terrible right now, So, so that's what I saw. Could he have fallen? No, I don't feel like he fell. I feel like they legit had a thing. Okay. All right. So, wow. Interesting information. Interesting information. Because and then when I looked at Stephen Miller, I don't think it was him because I saw the image of Stephen Miller. He may have witnessed this with glee, but I see that Stephen Miller is very, I don't know how, I've never really cared about how tall he is, but I think he's relatively short compared to, I don't know how, I think Elon Musk is not short. It's not that short, but the point is, he's smaller than Elon Musk, quite, like really quite small. He's a coward that we know. And he knows that he does not want to mess with that guy even though he obviously hates him. It doesn't make sense. He can write about it, but he does not want to mess with him in that degree because he has children, right, with that woman. And by the way, he was apparently photographed with the with the kids on like this weekend. So so could it be because I also feel like could he have just fallen and no, but it tells me that if he fell, it's because when you look at the photo, it's right here. No, it's if you if you touch if you fell, you kind of like this is kind of like a further down, there's like bones in front. So it's like it's easier if that was accomplished with with a fist. So and also the other thing I got about Bessent is that because he has his own money, he's not so intimidated by Elon Musk as most of the other people are. So I think he has quite a lot of money, million, hundreds of millions or something. So it's not as if he cares in that way, right? And we know this is true that Bessent was not his choice for the Secretary of Treasury. The Secretary of Treasury they wanted was Lutnick because Lutnick is a crypto person, right? And I don't think, I mean, I'm sure that whatever this guy is, this thing, Bessent, at least is not involved, as deeply involved with cryptocurrency as Lutnick is. Okay. So so that's that for today for this part. Actually, let's see. But guys, I have to show you something. Okay, let me just clip this 1 second so that you may not be as loud as now. Okay. Hello? Double chin from top. Okay. Could we clip it on my no, that'll be probably loud. No mind. 1 second. I'm gonna show you something I found. As I'm moving stuff around and I had them all my things. Okay. You know what this is? You have no idea. It's an instrument. I got it a couple years ago and I didn't know where it was. But let's sing a song for Elonia. A tiny violin. Here's another microphone out of water. Okay, guys, sorry. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna put the microphone here on the thing. Oh, okay. Let's see. Now for Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, the wife is up in Illinois. Anyway, that was a break. Cool. I'm back. That was just a musical break. Musical conversations. Let's see how he's doing. How's it's because I don't even care about his feelings, you know. You know what's interesting, and I think this is true a lot of these men, is actually he's hurt by this. And that he's very uh but hurt, really, because she chose to leave him, really. I think I have the impression, yes, that I don't feel like it's necessarily in bad terms, but but that's what I got. How interesting, no, don't you think? Wow, that's crazy. So anyway, so let's continue here because there's more other important informations in this article. I feel like Felonia has started actually talking about what they did at the election. So let me pause here and find the exact passage in the New York Times article that mentions the shadiness of what happened in the election. So this article is the one I meant to talk about. So this came out on Friday, and there's a lot of really fascinating passages that I want to discuss with you. So, um, two things. One is about the ketamine and the effects on his bladder, and then another one is about the election itself. Okay, so let's see. Actually, one second. One second. Let's see. You know what? Let's just see here. Okay, I'm just sorry. I'm just wanting to. Okay, here it is. Okay, guys, this is the part that I want you to and by the way, I'm going to add the links from non-paywall links here. So at this point, so this article describes his drug usage, right? So before we do that, um, I am going to tell you about this that I think is very significant, and we're going to look into this. And then we're going to go into his drugs. But here is this part. On October 5th, he appeared with Mr. Trump at a rally for the first time, bouncing up and down the candidate. That evening, Mr. Musk shared his excitement with a person close to him. I am feeling more optimistic after tonight, he wrote in a text message. Tomorrow, we unleash the anomaly in the matrix. This is not something on the chessboard, so they will be quite surprised. Mr. Musk added about an hour later. Lasers from space. Guys, let's get real. Okay, so here, and then the next paragraph's about the transition. So after he won. So he basically, to people that have no idea what he's talking about, right? It's like, oh, just another cray cray thing. But he's saying the anom the anomaly in the matrix, really. And if you think about, guys, it's a long story, but linear algebra, it's an advanced branch of mathematics, has the whole matrix. It's anyway, a long story. I'm not gonna go into linear algebra at the moment. But the point is, there he says it, lasers from space. I think it right. We know that they changed the numbers. We know that there he is. So what I remember how I said to you that eventually he would come out and say it. I think we're getting close to the point of that happening. Although this is something, it's something that's on the record here on the paper, but he said it right even before the election. So, and I'm getting yes, they are going to. He's not going to resist because he's being trashed a lot by Trump, right? I think so first he was disagreeing with the terrorists and other things, and now uh, we have this on record. Like I said, we're getting closer and closer to the moment when he's going to read it all out. So let's ask. is he going to? So this is from October of 2024. Today is Sunday, June 1st. Will Elon Musk come out and say what he did at the election for Trump? I see, as Karina says, it's going to have a glitch. Actually, I did more than that. I did more than that. Yeah. I did a whole mom. I'm the president, because I gave him the election. I gave him the election. Oh, that's the new one. Guys, my face is so weirdly elastic. I like this. Ooh, ooh. What? What? Okay. So, interesting information, interesting information. So that's it. Mhm. So, what will trigger Felonia coming out and talking about that? Is it going to do something about it? Huh? Felonia? Are you on it? Are you on to it? Okay, so let's see. You see, he's sick in his stomach. He's feeling sick. And the brain, that's right. The, seriously, glitching. And he will say something because he is being humiliated. And he is kamikaze in a lot of ways. He sees what's happening with his company, and I think he's willing to do that. Okay. Now there's something else. Let me, before I go to the Ketamine situation and how that's affecting him, I want to tell you about something that came out today, that Trump has yanked a person that apparently Elon Musk really wanted at NASA, an ally of Elon Musk. That was supposed to be confirmed. They so Trump over the weekend removed the guy from the confirmation process. So let me find this, and then I'll be right back and we'll talk about it. So this is today, came out today, Sunday, June 1st. Trump polls. Let's see, make sure I could. Musk Associates nomination for NASA administrator. Okay, so let's see. President Trump late Saturday announced he would yank his nominee to lead NASA, citing a thorough review of prior associations. The big picture. Jared Isaacman, a close associate of Elon Musk, who has led SpaceX missions, will be replaced by someone who is mission aligned, Trump wrote on Truth Social. The announcement came days before Isaacman was expected to be confirmed by the Senate, and days after Musk announced his departure from the administration's Department of Government Efficiency. Isaacman had already been approved by the Senate Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee. Isaacman donated to Democrats as recently as 2024 records from nonprofit campaign finance director Open Secrets show. So and the other thing that I was listening to yesterday is from somewhere, I don't remember exactly where, is that Musk already knew about this. That, not Musk, I'm sorry, Trump knew about this before. That was not a problem for him, but now somehow this became a problem, right? And then, as I'm telling you this, I see the face of Stephen Miller kind of like telling, like, oh, like telling him it's time to show that we could do something about it. And I'm, proud of them. Proud. They have a strength. They having a strength for doing things. They having a strength. They having a strength. No, no, really, it's nice to know, right? But so what is going to happen? What is the reason why? Let's just ask you. What is the reason why? Just to confirm, Trump yanked this guy. That's right. What? And I see that it's the list of what Elon Musk wanted. Well, let's start with this one, because it's like, why did Trump feel that Elon Musk disrespected him or did something he didn't like? He wasn't pushing his agenda. He was speaking against Trump. And I see that's right. He's tired of him. And I think they were also looking for ways to kick him out. And I think that woman, Susan Wiles, something like that, right? The grandmotherly looking woman. She was done with that guy. They needed to get rid of him. He's a loose cannon who can only handle one. So, and he wanted to take from her perspective, he had contempt for Trump, which good for him, but he thought he was the president. He acted like this. So so this is a way also for Trump to side with Stephen Miller in a way that I feel like he can't believe that Musk took the guy's wife and took her from the administration, because the way that it was done makes it look as if it's a better opportunity to be working for Elon Musk than it is to be working for Trump. So that was that. So what will Elon Musk do as a result of this? I see that he has a room. He's in a room with bookcases, and he just pulls things down. Gravity, gravity, gravity still exists. Yes, it does. Gravity, gravity. Oh, so so I don't was scary, guys. So that's what I'm picking up here. Here, weird, very weird. So that's that. Now, so I'm still I'm not I haven't forgotten about the ketamine part. We're going to do. But I have a question. How is the administration doing? It's total chaos, right? How is the administration doing right now? And I see interesting. I see this image of these bookshelf, the books on the shelf falling, and then massive turbulence, or even a ship. If there's a turbulence, ooh, everything is going from one side to another. It's a sinking ship. Everybody knows it. Really? Do they know? Okay, what this is actually? You know what? Let's actually. Guys, I like doing sometimes broadcasts like this where I go one thing to another, but it's kind of natural. Let me actually find a picture of Susan Wiles because I'm getting something about her. I want to ask what the sheep make is happening. Okay, so bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see here. I was just talking about Susan Wiles. Did I share with you guys? I think I did. So let me share again here. This is Susie Wiles, and I wanted to ask her what is going on there. What does she see from her perspective? And I sort of see her seeing something like a ship that is very unstable, and she's and it's saying it's very tense. She could barely get it done. It's saying maybe there's more chaos than I can handle. So yeah, it is making her dizzy, but and she's part of it. She's like, okay, trying to hold it together, and then she herself gets dizzy. It's very, very chaotic. So let's ask here, actually, where is Susie? That's Susie Wiles. Where is she going to be? Let's see, today's June 1st. What is happening with her? July, leaving. Interesting. Yeah, I see her, she's not, okay. So is she going to leave before Trump or with Trump? Wow, I see that she's like washing her hands. There's nothing I can do here. I don't want to get involved with this. I don't want to clean up his poop, she's saying. So she's leaving, and it's interesting. She's wearing like I don't say a bathing suit. Tells me probably July, close to July 4th or something. There's no deer there. The guy is crazy. I can't. I feel like she may abandon this ship. That's what I feel like. She may actually leave before he does. So that was interesting, an interesting perspective on what's going on over there. All right. Okay. So now let's go to the question of ketamine and Elon Musk. So now let's go back to the New York Times article that is describing his ketamine use. So here we have it to a ketamine habits. Mr. Musk has described some of his mental health issues in interviews and on social media. Okay, so he plays video games for hours on end. He struggles with binge eating. and takes weight loss medication. He posts day and night on his social media platform. Here it is now. This is the important part. He had actually developed far more serious habits. The Times found Mr. Musk had been using ketamine often, sometimes daily, and mixing it with other drugs, according to people familiar with his consumption. The line between medical use and recreation was blurry, troubling some people close to him. Okay, so the part that I want to get to. Okay, that's it. This is the part. That's it here. Around that time, so this is last year, right? Talking about the time when he was endorsing Trump. Around that time, Mr. Musk told people that his ketamine use was causing bladder issues, according to people familiar with conversations. So pause here, okay? And I wanted. So then I did research yesterday about this. What is this bladder issue? So guys, it's really, really serious. Okay, so so there is okay. So okay, so basically, guys, I don't need to read the article, but what I was reading yesterday is that, and went on Reddit also, where people who had this addiction explained that some of them, like it could be extremely serious to the point where you have like that, like you have to rebuild a new bladder from. There's a very complicated surgery that rebuilds the bladder using the intestine and incontinence. So the person can't go to the bathroom. Like they have to go to the bathroom every hour. You know, when have you ever had a urinary tract infection like that constantly? And I know and I'm sure all of you guys from experience, if you ever have any sort of urinary tract anything, it's impossible to, you can't do anything. You can't, it burns, it's awful. So imagine you have been using it so much that you get to the point where your bladder is damaged. That's very serious. And basically that's the situation that he's in. His body is collapsing. And so tomorrow I will edit and share with you the video. It was more like an audio I did with Corina on Friday. That we talk about this, about how we see him in a mental hospital. That his mother may eventually have to do that because he's collapsing. So that's it. That's the collapse of these people. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you. Okay. So this is it for today, guys. I'm, like I said, catching up with so much, and I'm gonna now do 1 or 2 videos a day starting tomorrow to catch up even because it's a lot. Okay, and I have a backlog of videos to share. All right. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for your very nice comments and wishes. And I'm not gonna edit this video like I did the other day on Friday because otherwise it'll take forever. So I'm just gonna stop it and post it without the intro. Okay. All right. So thank you for watching and have a great evening. Bye. Bye.